Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a mind-blowing, mysterious topic, the Great Flood. Not just any flood. I mean the kind where ocean waters rise above mountains, and entire human civilizations are nearly wiped out. When you hear flood, you probably first think of Noah's Ark in the Bible, maybe the Mesopotamian flood in the Epic of Gilgamesh, or even the Pangu flood in Chinese mythology. But today, we're taking you on a journey across continents, exploring flood myths worldwide, and uncovering the science and unknown truth behind them. Let's start with one of the oldest civilizations, Mesopotamia. The Epic of Gilgamesh tells of a devastating flood that nearly wiped out all of humanity. The only survivor was Utnapishtim, who was warned by the gods to build a huge ark stocked with food, tools, and every type of animal. The flood lasted 7 days and 7 nights, and the waters covered the entire world. Interestingly, after the flood, Utnapishtim released a dove, a swallow, and a raven to search for dry land, just like Noah releasing a dove in the Bible. Next, let's look at the familiar Genesis story. Noah and his family survived. Animals entered the ark in pairs, and the flood lasted 40 days and 40 nights, completely cleansing the world. The similarities with the Mesopotamian flood are striking. The Noah story very likely borrowed from older traditions. In ancient Indian texts, like the Manusmriti, King Manu was warned by divine fish that a flood would destroy the world. He built a boat and survived the flood, guided by the giant fish. Fun detail: the divine fish could transform into a massive monster, swallowing rivers and oceans. The flood's scale was exaggerated to almost astronomical proportions, nearly drowning all of ancient India. Chinese flood myths are more complex, not just Nuwa repairing the sky or Gonggong smashing the mountains. In ancient times, Pangu split the chaos, causing floods to spread. Some texts describe 3 great floods: the Black Water, the Great Flood, and the Clear Water. Survivors often relied on magical gods, divine beasts, or giant spirits. Interestingly, creatures in Chinese flood myths are often fantastical. Giant dragons, enlightened beasts, Pangu's axe, and even gods themselves stepping in to save the world. In Maya and Aztec, floods destroyed the old world. Survivors rebuilt civilization. In Native Americans, floods caused by torrential rains and angry gods. Humans must escape by boat. In Africa, Nile floods connected to creation myth. Water symbolizes both life and destruction. In Australian Aboriginal, water monsters and flood stories explain river formations and ecological cycles. Worldwide, almost every ancient civilization has a flood story. Could these be just coincidence? Now, let's switch to a scientific perspective. Could this myth have real-world explanations? 1. Glacier melting and sea level rise. At the end of the Ice Age, melting glaciers caused a rapid sea level rise, possibly flooding coastal civilizations. For example, the Mesopotamian plains were low-lying and could have been submerged, inspiring the Epic of Gilgamesh. 2. Volcanic eruptions and tsunamis. Volcanic eruptions release huge amounts of water vapor and can trigger tsunamis. Example: the volcanic eruption in 535 BCE caused abnormal climates, floods, and famine worldwide. 3. Tectonic shifts and extreme weather. Tectonic movements, magnetic pole reversals, and extreme weather could have triggered regional or mega floods. In other words, ancient people weren't making it up. They were recording natural disasters in the form of myth. Across global flood myth, you always encounter mysterious creatures or deities. China, giant dragons swallowing rivers. Pangu, splitting chaos. Enlightened beasts guarding Kunlun mountains. India, the divine fish guiding Manu, navigating through the flood. Mesopotamia, gods arranging survivors and loading animals onto the ark. Floods weren't just natural disasters. They were tests of human wisdom and courage. Almost every myth emphasizes that after the catastrophe, survivors must rebuild civilization. Why do humans keep telling flood stories? Collective memory. Floods might be real events our ancestors experienced. Moral lessons. Misdeeds can provoke divine punishment. Symbol of rebirth. After the flood, the world is renewed, civilizations rebuilt. Natural lessons. Remind humans to respect nature and to survive wisely. The flood stories act like civilization's reset button. Whether myth or history, they tell us disasters aren't scary. Facing them without wisdom is. Now, let's open the door of imagination. Imagine if a global flood really happened in prehistory. Lost civilizations might be hidden under the seas. If such a flood happened today, could modern civilization survive? Power grids fail, transport halts, communications vanish. What would a modern ark even look like? Ancient stories of arks, divine fish guides, and water-swallowing dragons may actually encode ways to deal with disasters. You could even imagine that the truth of a global flood may still be hidden in geological layers, seabed sediments, or undeciphered symbols in ancient myth. Here is a fascinating question. How closely are floods tied to the origin of civilization? Floods might have cleared the old world, giving rise to new civilizations. Survivors became founders of new worlds: Noah, Manu, Pangu's descendants, and Nua's lineage. Floods also shaped cultural identity. Different civilizations remembered the same disaster in unique ways. In other words, floods weren't just natural disasters. They may have catalyzed the rebirth of a civilization. Global flood myths teach us natural disasters truly shaped human history. Myths are not mere entertainment. They are civilization's memory. Disasters test wisdom, courage, and unity. And after floods, civilizations rise again. So when we read ancient myths, we are not just reading stories. We are feeling the struggle between humans, nature, gods, and fate. Next time you see heavy rains, floods, or strange weather, remember, ancients faced it too. And their stories carry wisdom and a reminder to respect nature. That's it for today's deep dive into global floods. If you enjoy this mix of myth, science, imagination, and civilization insights, smash that like button and subscribe. Next time, we'll explore more ancient civilizations, unsolved mysteries, and mysterious phenomena.